Morning, student of class 8. Today we will study chapter 8's explanation on saying please, chapter name on saying please, page number 111, second para, the law from. Okay, so listen here. The law does not compel me to say please or to attune my voice to other people's sensibilities any more than it says that I shall not wax my moustache or dye my hair or wear ringlets down my back. It does not recognize the aggression of our feelings as a case of compensation. So here the law does not compel. The law, any law, does not force me, not me actually, not to anyone, to say please. Okay, it is understanding of the people to say please or sorry. Okay, and it's not affect to my any part of the body like to wax here check. I shall not wax my moustache or dye my hair or wear ringlet down. Okay, so it is the people's understanding to say sorry, to say please, etc. Okay. Now next there is no allowance for moral and intellectual damage in these matters, but this does not mean that the damages are negligible. It is probable that that Liftman was much more actually hurt by what he regarded as a slur upon his social standing than he would have been if he had a kick on the shin for which he could have got a legal redress. Here, there is no allowance for moral or intellectual damage in these matters. So there nobody means the constitution or the law is not providing anyone what that they will affect or damage people's moral, people's intellectual damage. Means there is no rule for it. But this it means it's not negligible. It's not any insignificant why this lift man has hurt it. Suppose that he has hurt people's, maybe he would hit any means like shin. Okay, definitely he will caught and definitely he was imprisoned and the judge will give some punishment for him. And the pain of the kick on the shin soon passes away, but the pain of a wound to our self respect, to our vanity, may poison a whole day. I can imagine that the liftman denied the relief of throwing the author of his wound out of lift, brooding over the insult by the hour and visiting it on his wife in the evening as only way of restoring the equal. Means here what the writer is trying to say that means what, suppose that real hurt means suppose that any, he said that suppose that any hurt on the knee, its wound is there, after some time the doctor will diagnose the wound and that person will be okay. But suppose that if any person is damaging your self respect, so it's not an easy work to be recovered. It's not any easy work. Here he said when he was thinking, the writer was thinking when he was going with his wife. And now, for there are few things more catching than the bad tempers and bad manners. When Sir Antonio Absolute bullied Captain Absolute, the latter went out and bullied his man Fag, whereupon Fag went out downstairs and kicked the page boy. Probably the man who said top to the liftman was really only getting back on his employer, who had not said good morning to him, because he himself had been henpecked at breakfast by his wife, to whom the cook had been insolent because the housemaid had answered her back. We infected the word with our ill humors. Bad manners probably do more to poison the stream of the general life than all the crimes in the calendar. Actually, here check, the writer is saying that for there are few things more catching than the bad tempers and bad manners. Suppose that anyone has its means eye catching things. What catching thing? If someone has bad temper or bad manners, everyone they will notice it. Maybe here check, when Sir Anthony Absolute bullied Captain Absolute, the latter went out bullied his man. Maybe he will Fag went up downstairs and kicked the page boy. Maybe possibility is there. And probably the man who said talk to the lift man was really getting back of his employee. Good morning. It means try to understand here. It means suppose that who said to the liftman top actually maybe he early in the morning someone has disturbed him. This is the reason he was not quite in good mood, and now he hasn't said to liftman top please, and this is the reason the liftman has thrown him out, and maybe probably lift someone more also have not said him good morning or good afternoon like, so maybe this is the result. So in these lines it's said. Now for one wife who gets a black eye from an otherwise good natured husband, there are 100 who live a life of martyrdom under the shadow of Moorish temper, but all same the law cannot become the guardian of our private manners. No declose could cover the vast area of offense, and no court could administer a law which governed our social civilities, our speech, that and the tilt of our eyebrow of all our mood and manners. But though we are bound to endorse the verdict against the liftman, most people will have a certain sympathy with him. While it is true that there is no law that compels us to to say please, there is social practice much older and much more sacred than any law which enjoins us to be civil, and the first requirement of civility is that we should acknowledge a service. Please and thank you are the small changes with which we pay our pay as a social being. Now here check. One wife who gets a black eye from an otherwise good natured husband, there are 100 who live a life of martyrdom. Okay? Under the shadow of Moorish temper. Here check. One wife who gets a black eye means there are some wives also. They are their husband is nature is very good, but wife's nature is not good. And there are some examples whose means husband not good, wife is good. Here check, and they are here martyred. They are in the life of great suffering. But what is means we have, but there is no guardian for this private manners. Okay, private then you will not have the right to complain of it. Okay, and so and nobody, there is not any social civility or someone will say or someone will notice about it, no one. But like the what liftman has done, it's not good, and our law, our rule is not allowing to anyone that if you have not said please, someone will throw out of any room. It's a social practice that we can say any person what sorry, thank you, please. It is our understanding, people's understanding that actually required. Okay, if we are social beings, so we have to say sorry, thank you, please, etc. It is our understanding. Nobody can force me to say like this. Okay, in this para this. Now last para is there. There are little courtesies by which we keep the machine of life while running sweetly. They put our intercourse upon the basis of a friendly cooperation and easy give and take, instead of on the basis of superior dictating to inferior. It is a very vulgar mind that would wish to be command where he can have the service for asking and have it with willingness and good feeling instead of resentment. I should like to feature in this connection my friend the polite conductor by this discriminating title I don't. Okay, so there are little courtesies. Courtesies means manner. There are little by which we can life wild means how means sorry, life oiled means how means suppose that means life is what life like life is like machine. If we are oiling it sweetly, it will run smoothly. So what is it means good manners, good behaviors. So they are the little courtesies are there. Here the writer is saying, and given we have to we have to have a feeling of understanding, friendly cooperation, easy giving and taking. Okay, and to say and there will be no feeling of superiority. I am superior, you are inferior, so then it's not good. Means everyone are same, everyone are common, everyone, nobody is superior, nobody is inferior here. If you have this feeling like, then no problem will be there, and we have to be feeling what willingness and good feeling, instead of what here check, instead of resentment, anger or bad treatment. We have to remove it from our body here. Actually, the writer has said here check, on this connection, my friend, the polite conductor, here he said about the incident about the conductor. Okay, so tomorrow I will tell you more. Okay, thank you for today.